Hey, what's up? It's been a while. This is for a Fisher Paykel washer that is giving an error 105. So what happens is these fault codes are similar across many different models. So if yours looks different to this, the diagnosis is similar. So when you turn it on, and usually it gets stuck somewhere in the cycle. I'm just going to put it on a spin cycle just to show you this fault. So you'll start getting an error 105. You usually get this when it comes to like the spin section of the cycle. You see right there on the display, it will show error 105. This error is just saying that something's going wrong with the motor and the motor controller. So there might be some miscommunication there, a wire that's not working, or the motor controller itself. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to unplug your washer from power, because sometimes these are just some bugs, something that just comes up and might remedy itself. So you'd need to unplug it maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours and then come back to it and turn it on. If the issue persists, what you're going to need to do next is you're going to need to first check the drum. And of course, like the door will be locked because it was stuck in that state. You're going to need to manually open the door. You see at the bottom there, there's a filter cover. And open that. Now the door will be locked and you can open it. So if you just pull this thing down and then pull the door open, that will work. Once you've got that open, you're going to need to turn the drum, make sure that it spins freely, that it's not seized. Because if it's seized, then it'll give you that error as well. So if the drum's not seized and it's moving okay, then we can move on to the next part of the diagnosis. With your washer unplugged, you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to need to undo this panel and access the main motor controller. There'll be just a couple of screws at the back holding this panel. You remove the access panel. You'll see over here, this is your motor, and this is the wiring going to the motor. You want to just check and make sure that there's no chafing or it's not disconnected anywhere. Now there'll be 3 screws holding the motor controller, which is inside there, to this frame. So those 3 screws are 1, 2, 3. So you need to undo them. Once you've undone them, then you can bring out the motor controller, which is this bit. So this is usually your culprit, which you'll need to change if this issue persists for you. You need to change that. Now to change this, there's not a lot going to it. It's just these wires connected to it. But you need to quote your serial number, or your model number actually, just the model number, and just quote that to Fisher & Paykel or wherever you buy your parts from, and then you can purchase the motor controller. Just do these. There's just some clips holding this. You just undo them. And the thing should come apart. There's some other ones on the other end. Well, before you undo that, you need to undo this. It's got a, if you have got a flathead screwdriver, you just sort of pinch that in and you pull. Like that. So you just got to pull that and pull it. So now, there you go, that comes off. And then just undo this. And undo the other connector. Once you've got that back in, you'll need to put the cover plate, and just take note of the orientation. It doesn't go flush like this, but it has to sort of slide in like that. And then otherwise it'll start rattling. So this, it slides into this frame, and then you'll do the screws up. Once you're done, plug it back into power and turn it on so we can confirm the fix. Put it on the spin cycle and press start. And we'll see what happens. There you go, voila. So now it's spinning. You can see that that has fixed our fault. Now, a quick tip when wanting to replace your board is, you know, your machine by now, by the time it presents these issues, it'll be out of warranty. Just to save yourself a bit of money, it might be handy to look on Facebook Marketplace or even eBay. Well, first thing, ring up Fisher Paykel or whoever your spare parts guys are, and find out how much a new one of these costs. And then once you've got that price, then you can compare that. Say maybe this is $200 or $250. Then you can go on Facebook Marketplace and look for a similar washer as yours. So look for one that's not working, you know, so one that's maybe leaking or it's got like worn bearings. Then you can sort of strip it for parts. You can strip it for the main board. So instead of paying $250 for this, you pay maybe $100 for a whole machine like that. And then with that, you've got a new board, well, a brand new to you board, and a new seal, which is something that you might need down the track. And that is way better or cost effective for fixing your washer. Because I find that with these, after a while as well, if you're overloading it, you'll start having issues with the bearings as well. So no use paying a lot of money for a main board when maybe down the track you'll ruin the bearings, and then now you need to replace the bearings. So what I'm basically saying is find eBay parts or find a broken one of these and just take the motor controller from it and then put it on yours. That's a cheap, fast way to fix it. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I'll try as much as I can to get back to you, but that's basically it. Error 105 is an issue with your motor controller. So you need to change one of these. And the other thing is you need to make sure that your washers was not bouncing around. See, like this is bouncing around. What happens is it's got mounts at the back here, and these break off. So you can imagine this thing is spinning at 1400 RPM, and every time it's spinning, it's bouncing. And these electronics, you know, over time, you've got connectors here as well. And, you know, that's enough to just send like a shock. Like, it won't burn the washer, but it's enough to damage whatever microchips are in here. So make sure your washing machine's level. Make sure that these are not broken off as well, and you'll be good. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.